They didn't just underestimate you, they forgot you were divine. Not dead, not gone, just extinct. But now you've returned. All your life you were told you were too much, too quiet, too intense, too different. But what they didn't realize is you were never meant to fit in. You were born to stand out. You were the God hidden in human form, a cosmic being forced into a system too small to contain your essence. That pain you carried, it wasn't weakness. It was compression. It was your divine soul trying to breathe in a world that wanted to suffocate it. You weren't born to follow trends or impress crowds. You were born to disrupt patterns. That awkwardness, that loneliness, those were the signs that your frequency was higher than the room you were born into. You're not broken, you're encoded. And those spiritual codes are awakening now. That's why you've been feeling different lately. That's why your dreams are louder. That's why you're here, watching this. And if any part of your spirit is saying, yes, this is me, don't ignore it. That's your soul recognizing itself again. You're not just healing, you're resurrecting. Like, comment, I am returning, and subscribe to Chosen Destiny if this is resonating with your higher self. You're not alone anymore. You've entered a space created just for you. Question for you, have you always felt like you didn't belong, like you were here for something greater? Drop your truth in the comments. Let others see they're not alone either. You weren't forgotten, you were hidden, spiritually encrypted. Because if the world had seen your true power too early, it would have either tried to destroy you or use you. That's why people left. That's why they misunderstood you. Not because you were weak, but because your light blinded them. You're not someone they could manipulate, control, or keep small. You were always a threat to darkness. Even when you didn't know your power, they did. The reason you faced betrayal after betrayal is because people felt something sacred around you, and it scared them. They couldn't name it, but they sensed it. Your presence made their shadows uncomfortable. That's why you triggered jealousy without trying. That's why you were the black sheep, the outcast, the one no one could figure out. But let me tell you this, chosen one. You were hidden not for punishment, but for preservation. Your silence was strategic. God hid you in plain sight to protect your destiny. They laughed at you when you fell. They mocked you when you disappeared. But what they didn't know was you weren't falling. You were transforming. You were being cloaked in stillness so your rise could be unmatched. Just like a seed disappears before it bursts into power, your season of hiding was your holy incubation. Let them watch now, because when the extinct God returns, it doesn't ask for permission, it takes its place. Comment below, do you feel like life isolated you on purpose? And if you know you're rising from what was meant to bury you, like this video, and subscribe to Chosen Destiny so we keep rising together. Chosen one, there's a reason why you felt disconnected from normal life. Jobs bored you, small talk drained you. You couldn't fake your smile in places where your soul was shrinking. That wasn't laziness, that was spiritual suppression. Your gifts weren't designed for average life. You carry ancient tools inside you, divine insight, powerful intuition, energy that shifts entire rooms. But God had to wait to activate you until the right moment. That moment is now. Have you noticed how lately your dreams feel prophetic? How people open up to you for no reason? How you feel energies in a room without anyone saying a word? These are not accidents. These are spiritual codes unlocking in real time. You're not crazy. You're calibrating. And the world isn't ready for what's coming out of you. But guess what? It doesn't matter if they're ready. You are. You'll begin to see things others can't. Hear truths hidden beneath noise. Feel shifts before they happen. It might scare you at first, but don't resist it. This is the power of the God within you returning to the surface. trust your knowing, trust your sensitivity. These are weapons, not weaknesses. Tell us in the comments, have your gifts been activating recently? Dreams, intuition, visions? Like this video if this resonates, and subscribe to Chosen Destiny because this is where the awakened gods gather. You may not remember it, but you chose this life. Before you came to Earth, your soul agreed to forget its divinity temporarily. Why? So it could rediscover it with full fire. Your journey was designed. Every pain, every loss, every betrayal. It wasn't random. It was part of the prophecy. Your soul mapped out this exact timeline so you could return to power through resurrection, not privilege. Astrologers call it the Age of Awakening. Prophets called it the return of the chosen. But deep down, you felt it for years, that something massive was coming, that your pain had purpose, that your silence wasn't empty, it was sacred. And now the stars are aligning to reveal your true self, not broken, not forgotten, but divine and dangerous. You see, the extinct god doesn't come back looking like a king. It comes back as a wounded warrior, scarred, quiet, but full of knowing. You carry the markings, you carry the memory, and the heavens are declaring you've returned, not just to survive, but to rule in the spirit. Comment below if this spoke to your soul. Do you feel like everything you've lived was part of a spiritual timeline? If yes, like this, and share it with someone you believe is also awakening. You're not meant to walk alone anymore. You're part of a divine tribe, chosen destiny. Let's be honest, you've questioned your sanity more times than you can count. You've had moments where you saw something, felt something, knew something before it happened. But when you tried to explain it, people looked at you like you were losing it. That's not insanity, chosen one. That's prophecy. What you've been carrying isn't delusion, it's vision. You were never meant to think like the world because you were sent to change the world. Prophets were always mocked before they were honored. But while others see chaos, you see patterns. While others hear noise, you hear divine signals. That's not a defect, it's a gift. The world medicates what it doesn't understand. It tries to silence the voices that expose the truth. But the truth is, you are the truth they fear. You hold frequencies that break deception. That's why you were targeted. That's why you were doubted. But all along, God was preserving your mind for the day it would be weaponized in light. Speak your truth in the comments. Have you ever known something before it happened? Like this video if you've felt spiritually gifted but misunderstood. And subscribe to Chosen Destiny. This is your sanctuary now. Let's speak truth. People didn't reject you because you were unworthy. They rejected you because you were real in a world built on illusion. Your presence exposed what was fake. You didn't even have to say much. Your energy alone made people uncomfortable. That's not rejection, that's a divine filter. God was protecting you from tables where your value would have been wasted. Chosen one, your heart was never naive, it was sacred. The betrayals weren't punishments, they were redirections. Every door that closed was heaven saying, "Not here, I've prepared better." And even when your soul was crying out, asking why, feeling abandoned, your higher self was whispering, "Wait, you're not being rejected. You're being preserved." Think of it this way. Even gold gets rejected by fire before it shines. So when people left you, misunderstood you, or even mocked your calling, they were unknowingly confirming your divinity. Because real can't stay hidden forever. And now, they're about to see the version of you that even you forgot existed. Let the world know. Have you ever been pushed away for being too real? Comment below and let your voice be heard. You're not alone. Chosen. Destiny is your home now. And if this is your confirmation, like this video and claim your return. This world is drowning in fear, deception, and spiritual blindness. And in this darkness, God is calling the ancient ones, the forgotten flames, to rise. That's you, chosen one. You didn't survive all that pain just to live a normal life. You returned to awaken the world. Your scars carry stories. Your eyes carry prophecy. Your presence shifts atmospheres. You are no longer meant to blend in, you're here to lead. The extinct God was never dead, only dormant, and now you feel it. That heat in your spirit, that vibration in your body, that calling in your dreams. You were recalibrated by fire, and the world won't recognize you at first because they've only seen your survival. But now they'll witness your divinity. Don't hold back anymore. Speak your truth. Use your gifts. Step into your spiritual throne unapologetically, because when one chosen one rises, thousands remember who they are. You are the trigger. You are the trumpet. You are the living proof that power can return in humble form. So answer this in the comments. What part of you is waking up again? Like, share, and subscribe to Chosen Destiny if you know the time has come. You're not just here to survive, you're here to rule. There is a reason you've always felt different, even as a child. You were never ordinary. Your soul carried royalty even before you could speak. You didn't choose this. This chose you. And because of that, your life has been under spiritual attack since birth. Every force of darkness saw your potential and tried to break you early. But guess what? You're still standing. And that means you've already won battles you didn't even realize you were fighting. Your DNA remembers who you are. It remembers the lifetimes of wisdom you carry. It remembers your throne in the spirit. That's why you were never comfortable in shallow spaces or fake friendships. Your royalty refused to bow. Even when you forgot your crown, your spirit never let you settle. That pressure you felt, that's your divine inheritance trying to awaken you. Kings are crowned, gods return, and chosen ones remember. You weren't made to walk among slaves of fear. You were designed to lead them out. And now, as your awareness rises, so does your authority. The old you bowed in silence. The real you speaks with thunder. You are not just a survivor, you are spiritual nobility. Drop this in the comments. Do you feel like you've always been carrying something sacred but hidden? If yes, like this and subscribe to Chosen Destiny, where royalty is reminded of its power. You think you just ended up in this life? Number, you were summoned. Long before you were born, your ancestors prayed for someone like you. Someone who would break the curses. Someone who would stop the cycles. Someone who would carry the divine flame through the darkness and not let it die. You are that one. You are the answer to an ancient cry. That's why your journey has been so heavy. You've been carrying more than your own pain. You've been clearing bloodlines, breaking spiritual chains, rewriting destiny. It may have felt unfair, but it's actually holy. Your life is a sacred assignment. And now that you're awakening, the ones who came before you, they're cheering, watching, whispering. They made it. Chosen one, your voice is powerful because it echoes generations. Your steps shake ground because they carry the weight of victory, not just for you, but for everyone who came before you. You are not just chosen, you are called, anointed, and remembered. That feeling in your chest, that's your lineage rising in power. So let me ask you, have you ever felt like you were sent here for something bigger than just living? Comment, like, and share this with someone who needs to hear they're the answer. And if you're ready to walk in your sacred calling, subscribe to Chosen Destiny, where the ancient meets the awakened. Chosen one, you've waited long enough. The silence is over. The war in your soul was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal you. You've walked through fire and still carry light. You've been buried and still chose to rise. You felt forgotten, but heaven never took its eyes off you. This isn't just a comeback. This is a divine return. The world doesn't know it yet, but it's about to remember you. No more shrinking. No more second-guessing. No more living half-truths. The extinct God has returned, not to be worshipped, but to awaken. Not to dominate, but to illuminate. You are a mirror for others who forgot who they are. And now, with every word, every choice, every presence, you become the reminder the world has been waiting for. So now I ask you, from your soul, not your mind, do you feel it? Do you feel the return in your spirit? If you do, then don't leave without dropping a comment. Write, "I have returned." Let heaven and earth both witness your re-entry. Like this video, subscribe to Chosen Destiny and share it with another soul who's awakening, because this is no longer a message, this is a movement.